Hi everybody, Leslie here in my craft lab, and I just thought I'd show you really quickly what I got on Black Friday. So like probably most people out there, your inboxes were bombarded by things, and I decided to stick to one company and use some of my Christmas money from my parents to go and get some SpellBinders. This is what I got for just under £100 in the SpellBinders UK Black Friday sale. The vast majority of these items were about £5 each, I'm going to say. Some of them were a little bit more. I got the Giannis Makula, what's this one called? This one's called the Glimmer Gift Border. So I thought I would top up my hot foil plates because I don't have very many yet. I haven't got into using it a great deal, but I've got an idea for this that hopefully I'm going to share on a video soon. Again, this was actually a Glimmer of the Month, August 22. So this was illustrated floral and solid hot foil plates. So it's got some words in it, a solid plate. So I thought that was really good for about £5. So fairly certain that was about £5. I got the SpellBinders detailed embossing folder. This is for evergreen, but it's one of the smaller ones. But I thought that would be nice that you could use that on cards all year round, not just Christmas cards. But I haven't got any SpellBinders embossing folders, so I wanted to give them a go. Again, this was another Glimmer of the Month. This one was 2022. This was the Anytime Glimmer Sentiments. So I don't have very many Glimmer sentiments, so this one's got things like a note to make you smile and fairly generic things in there. So there's a nice happy birthday here. This one is friends and fun, presents, happy birthday. Then there's hello there. So good birthday ones and some generic things in that one. Then I wanted some 3D embossing folders to try some of the techniques that I keep seeing. So I got the orange peel quilt, and that's one of the bigger ones. So that'll work for 5x7 cards as well. So that's a bigger 3D embossing folder. Again, this is a glimmer plate. This is the thank you combo, and I like the way this one's designed. So it's got the thank you, and then for your kindness, and so very much. And there's tiny little notches. Hopefully you can see without too much reflection. There's tiny little notches so that you can line up the thank you with the either for your kindness or the so very much. So obviously you can use them separate, or you could put this on a strip, or if you line them up together, they'll obviously be nicely spaced. So I quite like that idea. So that was another one. And because I do like stitching on cards, and I just liked a look of a lot of the samples, this was the small die of the month from September 22. This is the stitched fall leaves. So I thought that'd be fun for like guy cards as well as, you know, everyday cards. And I like the hello, the little scripty hello with its shadow die in there. So there's a little picture. Again, another embossing folder, just because I quite fancied the big dots. And I don't have anything that's big dots in embossing folders, so I quite like that. And that was a slimline one, but of course you could always, you know, do multiple panels. And if it doesn't match up exactly, you can always put a strip down. Then again, this was a small die of the month. This was August 22. This is outlined sentiments. So it's got, you know, hello, you. It's got, what else has it got in there? It's got a congrats. It's got a nice thanks. But you could probably cut the S off it looking at it. So you could add a U and do thank you with the U. So you could do hello you, for you. And this is cheers. And there's some little florals in there as well. So I assume what's on the sample on the back there, you could make the florals in that from these. So that was that one. Again, this is another Glimmer of the Month. This is a poinsettia spray, and I've got an idea to use this for something for your Christmas table, maybe. So we'll see if I get to that before Christmas. So but you could use it for Christmas cards next year, the idea I've got. So that's the poinsettia spray. That was Glimmer of the Month, October 22. So obviously they were selling off a lot of the leftovers from the like monthly things. So again, I think pretty much all of these that were of the month ones, I think they were all £5-6, something like that. Because I've been coveting these ones for ages. This is the small die of the month. This is stitched hello. So the hello you can cut out separately just as words on their own. And then obviously you've got the stitched frame. So you could do the stitched frame and put something else, you know, cut yourself a rectangle that size if you didn't want to use the hello, I thought. So that was I thought was worth, again, I think that was a £5-6 price point. And then this one, again, this is a hot foil plate die set. So it's got the hot foil plate and the outline die for the bow and the topper. And I had a heart attack thinking that was missing it, but it slipped down to the bottom here. So this is called Blooming Ornament. But obviously there's nothing specifically ornament about it. And the bow's separate and the topper for the ornament's separate. So although it's an ornament, it's not specifically Christmassy. There's nothing Christmassy particularly about it. Again, this is a 3D embossing folder, tile mosaic. Again, just because I fancied some 3D embossing folders and don't have very many of them. I've got a couple, but not very many. Then this one was £1. This just cuts out all the tiny little dots, which is really good if you want to cut out tiny little matching embellishments or shaker bits. So I think the idea was that you can drop it in your wax seals as well. So it's called sealed confetti, so that you could put them in the wax seals. So that was that one. Now this one was small die of the month from 2021. So this is the Stitch Thanks. Now I don't think this one was £5 or £6. I think this one was about £12. So I really splashed out on this one. So again, the same idea as the hello. You could put a strip across if you didn't want to use the thanks but wanted to use the stitched outer, and you can leave the stitching and, you know, it cuts everything out. So hopefully you can see on the sample. Yeah, so again, I like stitching on cards, so I've been coveting these ones for ages. What are we on here? This is Glimmer of the Month, March 2022. This is the Glimmer Edge Roses, and I just thought these would be really good for like watercolour type techniques where you foil the outside edge and then you can drop different things in, and if the foil will resist. So I thought you could do watercolour techniques on these and build them up, and it was something that I don't have anything like that in glimmer plate, so I thought I'd have a play with that one. And then the last one I've got was Glimmering Just For You. Again, hot foil plate outline, two little banners that can cut out the Just For You and With Love. So I thought it was a good generic floral that you could use on pretty much anything. And I thought the sentiments were both really useful ones, and even the little banners on their own were really useful ones. So there we go. So all this lot cost me, including postage, it was just under £100. I think it was about £98 something. So I think it was a really good Black Friday sale. The only thing I'm going to say is it took me an age to receive it. So I think I ordered on the 16th of November. And bearing in mind, it was all coming from a UK warehouse. This wasn't coming from the US to the UK. It didn't arrive until the 1st of December. And it said it had been dispatched. And I think I chased it after about 2 weeks. So even though it was like 10 business days, I chased it after about 2 weeks. And it hadn't been dispatched. And I think it was because there was one other item that I'd ordered that was missing. And funnily enough, it got dispatched the day that I chased it, and they refunded me for the one missing item. So I wonder if it had got lost in the system. So it wasn't the best delivery. And when it said it was picked and dispatched, it then took another 2 weeks to show up, even though it was Royal Mail. And my Royal Mail is really good. And it generally shows up within 2 days, even second class. And it was second class, and it took 2 weeks, which is a ridiculously long time for second class in the UK. So I don't think it had actually left the warehouse that it was going from. But yeah, I thought all that for £98 was a bargain. Just don't rely on their postage showing up when they say. So yeah, that was it. I didn't do any other Black Friday sales. I stuck to one thing, set myself a budget of about £100, and that was what I got. Hopefully some of this will pop up in some videos soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.